All right, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another episode of the You Unlimited podcast. I am so excited to welcome this guest. We've got Krista Lee Curtis in the house. She is the founder of DBL, which is a women's luxury jewelry brand, and it is transforming mindsets by the millions, which is so much fun. She created this $1 million empire from one penny, which is so exciting. So if you're looking for an inspiration to really go after your dreams and believe that anything is possible for you, this episode is for you. So, Krista, thank you so much for being here. I can't wait to dig in with you.
I am stoked to be here, and thank you for the beautiful introduction. I sometimes forget to. Again, you said it beautifully. I think what we're here to do is serve and remind people what they are so freaking capable of. I cannot wait to dive in, honestly.
Yeah, me too. So I know people are wanting me to get straight to the goods. Like, how did
Yep.
you take a penny and create it into this $1 million empire? Share with
Oh,
us more.
I kind of chuckle about it. Like I'm still like slapping myself, like waiting for this wake up moment almost.
Yeah.
I literally found a penny. I'm over here in Canada, Canadian penny, and I picked it up. It was really cool. It's kind of a vintage one. And I'm like, I didn't really know anything about it. So I decided to just like drill a little hole in it. I've always been creative. And I'm like, I'm going to just put it on a little bracelet. And my mom's birthday was coming up. And I'm like, oh, this was before Instagram was a big thing. It was like back in 2012. And I'm like, I'm just going to post a picture of this. Like, this is really cool. Made this for my mom. And it just went viral. Like, and that wasn't even a term back then. So I literally had hundreds and hundreds of direct messages, people being like, well, that's really cool. Did you make that? How do I get one? Where's this from? And I was like, okay, not even like just excited to post something that I had made for my mom. And that just sparked a full business. Like I say I'm an accidental entrepreneur, but there's no, like, I don't really believe
Yeah.
in coincidences. It's all meant to divinely unfold.
Mhm.
And so I just ran with it. I was a hairstylist at the time and I thought, okay, we have something here. And I started just like making them and like started like just mass producing them basically for these people. Just like taking action, finding the gemstones, finding more pennies. And I thought, okay, this kind of unfolded over the course of 3 years. I ended up leaving my job as a hairstylist because I was like, geez, like I didn't even realize it at the time. Like as a hairstylist, I was trading my time for money, which is fine.
Mhm.
But this was like, it literally felt like the sky was the limit. I was like, I just took a penny and now turning it into a profit. Like, this is
Mhm.
insane. And it was just like a crafty way. I've always been that way. And I thought, okay. So, fast forward to about 5 years into this, I decided to have a family. And I thought, okay, like, when life is really seems like everything's just unfolding perfectly for you, and we decided to build our dream house out here on an acreage. We have like out in the middle of nowhere. It's beautiful. We built our dream home. We had 2 kids. I have this successful business. We're getting married on the beach in Dominican. We have like everything you ever thought possible that you would want in life. And I think it was about a year after my second child, I don't know, like, I think when you're so busy in it and you're pulling all of this stuff in and you forget to like check in with yourself, I found myself, one, severely like depressed through all of this. I was like just not okay too, probably because when you're busy caught up in the, I call this like the beautiful wave that had caught me, I feel like instead of riding it, I was secretly drowning in it. Yeah. So literally, I could see myself just slowly falling apart. And over the course of that, like year after my second child, I hit my rock bottom. And for me, what my rock bottom looked like was I was severely drinking every day, every single day. I was severely depressed and not wanting to get out of bed. I was completely suicidal. I'd lock myself in the bathroom and just think of ways of like how to get out of here. Like what I've created, like I feel like I called it like a little bit of a storm. Like I created that. I felt like I was running away from the success I created, right? And I think at the end of the day, what I realized was like you could have this perfect world and curate it all like picture perfect. But if you're not taking care of yourself and making sure you're okay, then none of it works. None of it
Yeah,
works. Right.
so true.
So I think that's when I love what I started with my business from this lucky penny, which was like supplying us with this most magnificent lifestyle. But then I realized, okay, is this actually what I want? Right. So
Yes.
checking in with myself, what literally helped me like through this like really difficult time in my life where nobody can help you. My husband can't help me. Like my friends can't help me. They can see me suffering. They can be there and hold space. But I decided one day, and I don't know, by the grace of God or universe, source, whatever, I just decided one morning I'd wake up and it was my kids had this beautiful Sharpie set. Like it was like in the color of a rainbow. And I was like, oh, it just really called to me. So like every single, like my life, I still have Sharpies all around me. And that's, I think, my underlying love for color. And I decided to get up with my journal from the dollar store and write down every single morning all these negative things that were coming into my mind. I thought we're going to write those down and then we're going to burn them, get rid of them,
Yes.
release them, and we're going to write the opposite. So I don't know what it was, but I just realized all this dark shit that's going on in my head here needs to
Mhm.
go. It's not serving me. It's not helping me. So I just decided I would take these bright, beautiful, colorful Sharpies and I would write like a savage, like my life depended on it. These
Mhm.
words that would eventually I would didn't understand what they meant at the time, but then I started believing them. I started embracing them. I started embodying them. And I thought, holy shit, I could kind of see this little bit of light coming back in me.
Mhm.
And I was like, just from one simple little shift in what I was doing every single day. It wasn't a big thing. It was one tiny little thing every morning. And and then I had that aha moment again. I'm like, well, shit, girl, if you're making jewelry right now, why not put these words on the jewelry? And I
Yeah.
was just like, okay. Like it just like it was almost like a no-brainer. Well, I'm like, how didn't I not think of this sooner? So then I
Mm.
started like literally handcrafting them and stamping all these like uplifting words like, you got this, you are worthy, you are loved, you are enough. Remember who the fuck you are, like fly girl
Mhm.
fly, all these really uplifting things. And again, put it out into the universe. I'm like, if I am going through this, I can't be the only woman that's thinking these horrific things every single day about themselves. So I'm like, well, let's put out some positive stuff and rewrite that inner narrative. And again, it was another beautiful success of women really appreciating what I was putting out to the world. And I think when people feel the love and the energy that it's authentic what you're doing, people
Mm.
feel that you don't even have to sell it. They're just like, wow, I get this. Like this feels really good. So that's where this would have been about 3 years ago now that I just really kind of transformed from this penny, which I think was the starting point of what I was meant to do, transforming it into something where I can help women transform their inner narrative through something that they can put on every single day as a wearable reminder of who they are
Mm.
and transforming the thoughts we think and the words we speak, and then literally the life that we live. So that's where I'm at now. And I truly have seen the own transformation in my own life that I know it's possible from wanting to end it all to having the dream life and wanting to still end it all to now still having that beautiful life, but grateful for it all. The pain was my purpose, which we always try to run from. It's literally what actually is writing that story for you. It's actually what you're meant to go through to actually have your life unfold the way it's meant to. So it's so freaking powerful. And for years, you run like I know I'm guilty of it, and maybe you can relate, but we run from the pain or the struggle or the uncomfortableness because it's just, it doesn't feel good. But there's
Mhm.
like, I call it like the Taylor Swift method. Like, fucking channel that pain and use it for good, right? Like, oh, I can't stress that enough. Where if we just, instead of like trying to like numb with whether it was alcohol or shopping or things, nice cars, nice houses, you need all the things. How about we go inward, right? And check in with ourselves and do that self work, right? And that's where it all changed for me, right? It's just rewriting that inner narrative and actually putting yourself first. So yeah, it's a
Mm.
it's incredible what we can do when we actually just like shut off the outside world. That's why I'm like, when you said like unlimited, we are unlimited freaking beings,
Yes.
right?
Mm.
Unlimited to what we are capable of.
Yes. Yeah.
I
Oh,
feel
there
like
was
I
so
could
much
take a
there.
breath.
I love it. I love it. There was so much there. And this idea of turning your pain into purpose, some people call it your karma becoming your dharma, right? Of like really
Oh,
starting to tune in of like, oh, I was meant to go through this so that one, I could transform, and two, so that I could support other people through that transformation. Right.
Yes.
And so that
Yes.
that beautiful principle of being like, I'm just going to take a look at the negative thoughts that are moving through me, get them out of my body, onto paper, burn them. I mean, I literally did this ritual 3 days ago where I was like,
Yeah.
I'm getting these out of my body, I'm burning them,
Yes, like
releasing them from
release
her.
of anything that
Yes.
no longer serves you. And it's an energy that sits with you. And
Yeah.
sometimes we're not even, aren't even aware of it sometimes. And I think once we have that awakening or that realization that, holy shit, I've been really hard on myself or talking to myself like really horribly for way too long. And where's that getting me? Nowhere. So like, let's try the other side. Like, why can't
Yeah.
we just fill ourselves with like these good things instead of always just tearing ourselves down? Right. So
Yeah.
I thought I'd give it a try at least.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that can't hurt. I can't imagine this going worse than it is, because
Right.
yeah, if anything, I can so relate to your story too of being like, wow, I've got it all. And yet I still feel incredibly
Empty.
depressed, anxious, like suicidal ideations, all of these things where it's just a call to look further and deeper into yourself and also step into safe places where you can be held through that experience. Right. Because I think that's really powerful too. It's like we can hold ourselves through that experience with different tools, modalities. And then I found leaning into other people like somatic healers, life coaches, things of that nature, mentors, that really supported me through that process too of just recognizing I can do this in tribe. And I think that's kind of what your jewelry does too. It feels like you're not alone. Like there was someone else who created it for you, that now you're like in tandem with them and holding on to the fact that I'm not alone when I'm wearing this and that deep reminder. So it just feels like that beautiful reminder we heal in tribe. Like we really do. We're not meant to do it all alone. And so yeah,
100%.
I'm so grateful you've created this movement around just these beautiful messages just to remind people of what's actually true, because what's our deepest truth is the one that feels best in our body.
Yes. And you said it so well. I always say, like, these are like your wearable cheerleaders, right? Like, sometimes we just need that little reminder that you can put on every single day. It
Yes.
reminds you of who you are and
Yes.
your worth.
Mhm.
And I just think, like you said that
Mhm.
perfectly, my girl, that, you know what? In this whole world of all the noise and everything that's around us, and there is a lot of people that can help us too. But I'm like, sometimes I think we just need to be our own number one fan, our own biggest
Yes.
cheerleader, which I don't know for women is really freaking hard. We are really hard on ourselves. Like, I think Dove just did a statistic that like 80% of women don't love their bodies. And it's
Mm.
like, this stuff like that just like cripples me.
Yes.
I just want to, with my own, like you said, I created from my, which was like a healing journey for me, turned into a full on movement of like, how can we help these women, just empower them to just love themselves a little bit more, be a little bit kinder, a little bit more like lovingly to who we are, and
Mm.
fuck having to be perfect and keeping up with the Joneses and just
Mm.
realizing what is important to you and where you want to go, right? Like,
Mm.
there's so much to be said with that.
I completely agree. And I'm curious too, like something that I think is so beautiful about you is that you you've created a brand that is so uniquely you, where you've got color, confidence, mindfulness, this wearable cheerleader, movement. For someone who's like, how do I translate the magic
Mm.
that is me into a brand? Is there advice that you would give someone on how to kind of channel their essence into something?
Yes, I feel like another reason why I went with the jewelry and like these really beautifully inscribed mantras and double-sided pieces like that is I would probably look like a storybook if I tattooed all these like uplifting words on myself, which I kind of have. Like my husband's like, you're
Uh-huh.
kind of a short novel,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
which I
Love
love too.
it.
But like, honestly, for me, like creating a brand, I think the brand, when you just, again, back to like, maybe it's just the farm girl in me. And like on horses, when we don't want them to like look outwards, we put blinders on them. And it's the same thing with
Mm.
your brand, right? Like, just do what feels authentically to you. And I never have felt like I've had to sell my brand because it just it is a full expression of you. And I think sometimes we hold ourselves back from that. Like I'm like, I know when I first started, I'm like, not a lot of people are like doing full neon. Like we were just at a market and they're like, oh my God, are the 90s back? And I'm like, no, I've been doing this for 11 years. It's always been neon. Like, I don't know. Like
Yes.
I just decide what the trend is. Like
Uh-huh.
sometimes, right? Like I think anybody that wants to create their own brand, it's just a full essence of you. Like, and don't hold back on that. I think that's a lot of my, and it sounds like so cliche, but it's like, be you. Yes. And like a lot of us aren't being authentically ourselves. Step into
Yes.
that true power and just put what you love into it. I love hearts. Someone's like, are you going to make any other like symbols? No. I just want to do hearts. So
Yeah.
that's just what it is, right? So
Uh-huh.
your brand, I think, has to be through and through you, or else it's just not going to survive. It's not going to be authentic. It's not going to be a
Mm.
full expression of what you want it to be. So just don't hold back. That's what I would say. Never hold back ever. Yeah.
Yeah, they say authenticity is one of the highest vibrations. People just want to play with that energy. It's like the kid that's having so much fun on the playground already, and you're just like, well, they're not even inviting me, but I'm gonna go play with them because they're having
Yeah, like I
so much
exactly.
fun.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
I'm like
Uh-huh.
that too, where you're like, I don't even know what is going on over there, but I want it because it's like that.
Yes.
It's a good energy and a good, it's yeah, one
Yes.
of the highest vibrations. And it
Mhm.
just I somebody said to me the other day, and I'm really happy. And like this is just why I think our own energy can help heal others and give
Yes.
them that just that uplifting that they need. They're like, you didn't even have to say anything to me, just like
Mhm.
walking past you, like just uplifted me. But I think
Yes.
that's what it's love. It's
Yes.
authenticity. It's that high vibration. And if we can, like, we're all here to serve, we're all
Mhm.
here to do something magnificent. And whatever that looks like, I remember myself sitting on my step trying to figure, like, what is my purpose?
I
That's
remember
not
that
how you find your
too.
purpose. I'm like,
Yeah.
sometimes you just got to go through the
Yes.
motions to find it. But it's like we all have it in us. It's all uniquely one of a kind to each of us. We all know what it is, but sometimes we just got to allow the dust to settle to really feel what that is. Right. And don't compare to anybody else. Like, I've been way too caught up sometimes with like comparing to the Joneses and like seeing like other people's success can inspire you, but it doesn't have to look like their success ever. Right.
Yes.
You do you.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I am such a stand for like we are not meant to be cookie cutter versions of each other. Like we did not come here to be cookie cutter versions of each other.
So boring.
Yeah, it's so boring. And so it's like when you find your uniqueness within
Yeah.
you, that freest, fullest expression, one, it's just fun to be in the energy ourselves. Like when we just let ourselves be like in our own energy and like have fun, like it's like all of a sudden without even trying, like you're saying, people are like, I want to buy into that. I want to buy the
Yes.
jewelry. I want to play with her. That feels fun. And so
Yeah.
that I believe is one of the most magnetic forces in business too, where it's like you
Yes.
what you're doing, you
Yeah.
want to shout it from the rooftops. Like when you
Right.
something else, you're going to shout it from the rooftops. So,
Absolutely. And
yeah.
I think there's another part of that too, where I'm like, I truly believe, like, I don't want anybody to take this out of context, but like, I've had to do a lot of work to get to the place where I am of loving who I am. And a lot of people say, you're so confident. Oh, not always was it that way. I think
Mhm.
sometimes you have to go for being so not loving of who you are and
Mhm.
doing the hard work to accept yourself through all of that. And now I'm just like, some days I'm like, I wish I didn't have to go through all of that pain and not loving who I was and being so goddamn hard on myself for 35 years. But I'm like, no,
Mhm.
it's all worth it when you finally come to that moment where you're like, it's not cocky, it's confidence and it's beautiful. We should look in the mirror and be like, God damn, I am
Yeah.
beautiful and I am
Shut
so
up.
lucky to wake up in this body and start this day as me. Like, let's go get it. Right. Instead
Mhm.
of being like, looking in the mirror and I wish I would have lost that 20 pounds. And like, we just, it's a journey. It's a journey. There's no place where we're like, oh, I finally made it. I'm here. I think it is like that cliche thing that I'm sure we all have heard. Like, it's not the destination, it's the journey. And it's so true. It's so freaking
Mhm.
true. And I'm in that journey right now. And it's been a little bit of a climb. The mountain's a little steep right now, but I'm like actually kind of freaking loving it. I'm like, you know what? I know this is all going to pay off and trust the process, right?
Mhm.
Trust
Yes.
that whatever's coming is for your highest good, even if it
Yeah.
feels really ucky right now. Yeah.
Yes. I'm curious about those like peaks and valleys, like the
Mm.
moments where you were climbing in business. Tell me more about those and kind of what got you to the different places, like, thinking about business, scaling, how you got there. What were some of
Yeah.
those moments like, and what got you to the, let's say, the grounded, stable part, and then we climb again?
Yeah, I always call it like I am a huge hiker. I love the mountains and everything. So I think that's just what I refer to. Like I'm constantly, if I'm on this climb, I'm ready for it. Like
Oh,
whether
yeah.
it's hard or challenging. I know I'm ready, but like sometimes you need to stay at a base camp for a while and rest
Mhm.
out there and stay there. And that's okay. I think that sometimes we know internally, or our body tells us if we get so sick or whatever it is. Sometimes we know when we just need to stay at this base camp for a while and hang out there and maybe be a little bit like kind to yourself and gentle and like just give yourself what you need in that moment. But I feel like I was there for a while. I feel like I've spent some time there and I am like on this climb, like, and it goes in spurts too. It always does. But the climb is challenging. And even when it's challenging and you're tired and people aren't getting what you're doing and maybe things aren't working out and you feel like you're taking 10 steps backwards, even though you're still sweating climbing up the mountain, honestly, sometimes you go back to that base camp and you're like, okay, let's regroup. Or just sometimes you're like, I'm geared up and I am ready to go. And I am still going to climb through this pain. It's like working a muscle when you're working out. You don't just do a few reps and you get the muscles, right? It's the same thing with the climb. Sometimes you do have to push through that pain, that uncomfortableness, that uncertainty. And on the other side of that, you're like, holy shit, I'm at this new like peak, this new base camp, and it is sunny as fuck here. And I am so happy that I
Mhm.
have this view now and I didn't give up. Right.
Mhm.
So I think you just need to go inward and listen to what you truly need. Like, listen to your heart. Women are so intuitive. We are magnificent beings. Listen to what your body wants. And is it fear or is it literally like not the right time? And those two can be like sometimes feel like the same thing. But if it's fear, I'm like, always like, you know what? Fear for me feels like a fire in the belly where it's like, it's kind of scary, but it's also exciting where you're like, okay, this is
Yeah.
time. Or if it's like, no, like intuitively, you're like, this feels misaligned, then don't do it. Like, it's wonderful. I think we have so much gifts.
Mm.
If we just like, we are so magnificent and we don't give ourselves a little, like an ounce of, like, we just tapped in. We have all the answers. We already know, right? We
Yes,
already know.
we do.
Yeah.
I already know. And I always say too, I'm like, without fear, there is no courage. You're not going to
Yes.
cultivate courage
And
if
there's
you
no
don't
magic.
experience fear. Yeah. So all these things that we're like, oh, I wish I had that. It's like you being in this experience of fear or whatever it is that you're experiencing is actually cultivating the exact thing that you want. The courage to say, I'm going to break through this. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to lean into mentors that can help me move past this or that have walked the trail before me and they can tell me the easier route or at
Yeah.
least give me more confidence that it's possible. Right.
Well, there you
Yeah.
go. You said it
Mhm.
yourself. Confidence comes from doing those things that you're like, this is like, maybe you're sweating or maybe you're freaking out or you're losing sleep over it. And then you do it. And on the other side of it, you're like, holy shit. I almost feel like there's not a drug on the planet that could ever give you that high and that feeling
Mhm.
of when you push through that threshold of fear,
Yeah.
what's on the other side, it's pure magic. There's
Yeah.
nothing like it. And
Mhm.
that's where you create that confidence. And you're like, I can do something else again and again. And
Yeah.
you create that momentum.
Mhm.
It's a force to be reckoned with.
Yes, it absolutely is. And then there's those moments too where you push through and you're like, oh, that was it. I really made that way
Totally.
in my head,
100%.
you
You're
know?
like that. What
Like,
I was so
wow.
fearful and worked
Yes.
up and scared. And you're like,
Huh.
for
Let's just
what? For
yeah. Wow,
what?
I
And
did the
right,
thing.
actually, I started off my year like that, just hammering through these big barriers of fear. And on the other side, I'm like, what the hell? Like, can you
For
get a
sure.
grip here? Like,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
sometimes we just like, you need to be like, okay, wow, okay. Or sometimes you're like, holy fuck, I'm proud. Like, sometimes
Yes.
it's that
Yeah.
too. So,
It's all of
man,
it.
I think life really gets exciting and worth living on the other side of that. And I think the fear comes up for a reason, or those things that scare us. I think that's exactly what we're meant to do. Just
Yes.
saying,
I
just
agree.
saying.
Yes. I agree. Yeah. Uh-huh. Speaking of even just getting down to like business tactics, is there anything that
Ooh.
you did that you feel like really helped your business grow and scale? Was there like as you tuned into like certain things that you did or maybe did not do that really helped your business actually grow to the space it's at now?
Yes, absolutely. I honestly, our first big step in growth felt like it came effortlessly. And when you look back, you're like, maybe I was just working 24/7. I was doing something I loved. But
Mhm.
then you get to that point where you're like, and then you have to like kind of scale again. And I think honestly, the best thing that I did, and it was never paid ads, it was never like diving into that. For me, I think what gave us the next step was just putting yourself in the right opportunities at the right time. And I feel like people that are like, I don't know if it's a combination of luck or a combination of like you just intuitively knowing where you need to be. I That's what I totally credit the next chapter to, was just like, you know what? I want to go big or go home, and I'm going to put myself in front of those people, right? Whether it's like my big like dream has always been like Oprah. I don't know,
Yes.
just like always obsessed with Oprah. Who isn't?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But like this is just an example. Then you work backwards from there, right? You take
Mhm.
then you're just like, okay, what are we going to do next? And it's just, I think for me, put yourself around the right people. Put yourself
Yes.
around the right people. It wasn't like every big success thing that we've had has not been something huge. It's been little steps, little actions that actually unfold into huge things. Because I think sometimes we think it needs to be something so life changing or so grandiose. That's what's going to get us there. Like, for example, maybe it's just as simple as reaching out to, maybe there's somebody on social media that you absolutely admire. Maybe it's Jamie Kern Lima. Oh, you send her a DM and she answers. And maybe you
Mhm.
send her a piece and she accepts. And then she posts it on
Mhm.
your page. And then that unfolds a whole other chapter for your business. Like, why are we so afraid just to make these asks?
Yeah.
What if it's the next big thing in your business? Like,
Yeah.
everything that's unfolded for me has not been anything huge. It's been like, I get a download. Maybe we just need to act on these things that come into our brains. They come into there for a reason, and act on them. That could be the next opening door to your whole new chapter.
Mm.
So,
That's such a huge key element of my own brand when I think about it, where it's like one of the biggest business strategies that I talk about is following the intuitive nudges. Like they're
yes,
for a reason. Sometimes they feel like so little or so like goofy or so whatever, and we just
yes,
put it in a shoebox and we don't think about it. But it's like, no, you got the intuitive ping to reach out to that person for a reason.
yeah.
Just do it.
Just do
Just
it.
see
Like
what
I
happens.
said, I picked up a penny. It turned into a post. A post turned into a business. And a business turned into now like literally transforming women's lives. You don't know how we think we need to know how it's going to unfold. But if we let go of that and just take the steps and take the action, even if it's like you said, those intuitive nudges, like, oh my God,
Mhm.
it's, yeah, let go.
I love it. I love,
Yeah.
you know what's fun when I think about the intuitive nudge that you leaned into recently? So you are on season 20 of Dragon's Den, which is super fun.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was, I'm sure, that landed in your lap kind of like an intuitive ping for you to follow. Is there more that you can share with us about kind of what brought
Yes.
you into that space? Okay.
Yeah. And like, I'm sure like people could call it woo or witchy or whatever, but I'm like, I
I
am
love it.
so like into this stuff. I was
Yeah.
sitting with my grandpa at, I think it was Thanksgiving, probably 10 years ago. And he's like, oh my God, I love your bracelets. You should go on Dragon's Den. And I'm like, no. But then
Uh-huh.
it never left my head. It never left my head. And
Yeah.
I was like, huh, okay. So then I like put in an application, like honestly, not even really thinking about it. Nothing happened. The next year, I was like, huh, I'm going to put in an application. Nothing happened. I did this for 8 years in a row.
Yeah.
This year I woke up and I don't know what it was, but again, that came screaming into my head when he said, and I thought, okay, 2025, January 1st, every Monday, I'm going to put in an application, not just one a year. I'm going to put in one every Monday. So for a month.
Uh-huh.
By the time they had got to it, I had finally got a phone call. And the first thing they say, the producer goes, we have very high expectations from your 18 applications. I was like, they got them all. He's like, it's
Yes.
quite competitive. Like, one's
Yeah.
not going to cut it. Most
Yeah.
people are all probably only putting in one, like I did
Yeah.
for 8 years. And then I
Uh-huh.
was like, you know what? Well, let's go overboard. Let's put in one a week.
Yes.
And it
Yeah.
sealed the deal. They're like, where? Like, this is incredible. And it just went from there. And they're like, we got to get you to Toronto. We got to get you to film. And
Yes.
I was just like laughing because I was like, well, shit. Like sometimes maybe it wasn't the right time then anyway. It wasn't. It was the universe's like rejection is protection. And here we are. I'm like, you know what? here we go. And so actually the episode comes out on October 2nd. And
Yay!
all of Canada gets to watch me pitch my dreams.
Oh,
And it's just like, you know what? Like, and that was something that I thought would be so scary to go there. I was like, that was nothing. Now I'm like, I want to be on TV all the time. That was so fun. Like,
for sure.
so
Yes. Yes.
crazy. But like, it is like, listen to those little nudges where I'm like, it was like screaming at me to do it again. So
Yeah.
thank you for reminding me of that. That's a great story. Like,
Yeah.
so many of us, like, if we get those downloads, like, just follow through, even if it's just like as simple as like you're thinking of someone and you know how like text them, call
Yes.
them. And you like,
Yeah.
you know, like when you're thinking of
Uh-huh.
someone and they call you or whatever, you're like, oh my
Yeah.
God, what a your ears must have been burning. Like, what a coincidence. But it's just that's how the world and the universe works. It's so magnificent. So we just
It
have to listen to that more. I made a promise to myself, even if it was as simple as like I was in a workout this morning and the song was so good. And I made an effort to be like, ask her what that song was after the workout because who knows? Maybe there's just something that you're meant to hear or you guys are meant to talk about. It doesn't matter, but just follow through with those nudges that come into you, those
is.
little downloads.
So good. I love it so much. So, what I hear you kind of speaking this undercurrent around,
Oh.
people that want to go all in on their dreams, but maybe they're scared, like we were just talking.
Mm.
Maybe there's something holding them back. What advice would you give them to kind of step over that leap and just kind of take the action?
Honestly, I this is fun for me too because I'm like I literally feel like I'm gonna live to be like 108, 111, somewhere's in there. But I always people are like picture yourselves 5 years from now. I'm like, no way. I'm like, picture yourself at 111 and I'm
Yes.
sitting on my rocking chair and I'm like, I just and I know this sounds so cliche too, but man, I want to like I don't have regrets, but I don't ever want to coulda woulda shoulda. I want to be like, yeah, I did that and
Mhm.
maybe it didn't work out. I'd rather have that and learn from it than that like always wondering what if or if I didn't go for it. So, when you said go all in, it is one of my favorite words. And I truly believe I'm a high achiever. I'm sure most of the people listening here are. I don't half ass anything in my life. If there's something that is calling on your heart, and I'm going to repeat that, if there is something, maybe this is your intuitive nudge and you need to go with it, go all in. I literally have it tattooed on the back of my neck. I'm telling you, I'm a storybook. Go all in. Don't
Yeah.
half ass whatever it is. If it is coming up for you, it is there for a reason.
Mm.
And so many people, like, I don't actually truly believe in failure either. Like, there's so many things that haven't worked out in my business and career and life. And so
Mhm.
what? We learn from it, we move on. It's another chapter, it's another learning lesson. I always like, woman up, go all in. And yes, you can. Like, just take the steps, whatever it is, and unpack it. I hate thinking, like, I think really big, but then you're like, holy shit, like, that's so big. Like, we got to reel it back in. Like, what is a small, like, what's one small thing that you could do today? And I'm going to challenge everybody to do one thing. If there's a dream or a job or a dream person, whatever it is that's calling on your heart, I want
Mm.
somebody to take that one step today, one small step that you can't take back, that you can't take back, right?
Mm.
For me, I'm like, and you know what? Maybe it is a post. Maybe it is just declaring it to the world. Or maybe it is like, for me, I quit my job as a hairstylist and I just was like, I'm full in. We're doing this. Like, I just cut all the ties. And like, that's a little extreme, but I'm like, I just knew there was no going back. And even what I'm doing now, like, I gave up everything in my business that I was doing last year to fully go all in on this, like empowering women with words and messages. And I was like, it feels right. And I'll be perfectly honest, there was 3 months where it was almost like there was no income, like people weren't getting it, they weren't resonating. And I was like, it'll come. It will come. If you believe it, it will come. And then all of a sudden, there we go. Right. So it comes like sometimes when you're just like, whew, okay, I need an income, right? People aren't understanding what I'm putting out here now. They're confused. Like, what are you doing? But everything in my mind was like, I rewrote this chapter. We just had the 999 portal
Yeah,
on
we
the
did.
9th there, and I released all my dreams, all the limiting things that no longer served me. And a lot of it was that. Like, I thought I needed to know what I wanted my business to look like, but I'm going to write this chapter, right? And I don't need to know what it looks like, but I get to decide each day that I'm going to move forward even through the uncertainty. And I want everybody else to do that. Still, I don't know where it's going to go. I have a good idea, like where I want it to, but let's let go. Let's surrender and just take action from our hearts, that inner knowing, that guidance, and it's all going to happen. It's all going to happen the way, like, it's going to be better than we could have ever imagined. I always know that. I always know that.
So what I love this. I'm so glad you brought all of this up. So what did you do even from like a mindset perspective around
Mm,
like the income wasn't coming in, but you were like, I'm
yeah.
staying steady. I'm going to keep leaning in. Was there a mindset thing like practice that you did, or were there certain things that kind of helped you move through that hump? Because I think a lot of people will resonate with that as well.
100%. And it's hard when you're used to having, like, when you're doing something which was working just good. It was good. My business was good. And I always say, like, good is just, I feel like the worst place to be. You're like, oh, it's really good. We're making a good income. Life is good. And I'm like, I feel like this could be extraordinary. I could be doing a lot better. That's where I like say, like, go all in. So I'm like, okay, we're getting rid of this product that we're doing and we're going to just make it this beautiful luxury piece. And we just like started from scratch again. And like sometimes that's okay. It's scary as hell. But yeah, for 3 months, it was like crickets. We'd have like a few sales here, a few sales there. And I'm just like, I'm almost like, I'm sitting in a little bit of like worry and a little bit of fear, but also I know that's not going to get me anywhere. That's only going to shut me down. That's only going to limit my capacity to grow and manifest and bring it all in. So that's what I did. Exactly. We visualize what we want instead of what we don't want. I visualize that bank account growing. I visualize like $100,000 months just coming in, pick your number, whatever it is, $1 million months, whatever it is, that is flowing to me. It is coming. And it's not because of the dollar value. It's the service that I know I'm providing for these people that will change their life. And it is coming, and I will find my new tribe. I will find my new crew. Visualize what you want, right? Like I always used to say, like when I would worry and I worry and like it would spiral out of control. Like I'm basically wishing for the things that I don't want to happen. And guess what? That's what's happening, right? That's what's happening. So it was so crazy. And this happened. And September, October, November, December, end of December. So like not even that long ago. And then yeah, it was this huge influx. And then all of a sudden within like 3 months, we were just like, we were back to booming. And I think like, and then maybe sometimes your brain starts thinking differently. You're like, okay, well, how else can we like what we were doing before? We can no longer do these things. So like let's think of like something outside of the box. Like I always think of like sometimes when we're stuck in that spot, we're like that fly on the window, right? Like trying to get outside, trying to get outside. And if you just took a step back, you'd be like, holy shit, the door's open. I could have just went right out the door. There's always like maybe an easier path, right? And I always use that analogy, like, you know what? Maybe if we actually just slow down and took a step back and been like, listen to your intuitive nudges, like you said. And it is so crazy how like little things just start to add up. And maybe then you build an ambassador program or whatever it is. You just start to find your community and your people again. And we've never once done paid ads or anything like that. We all are just like word of mouth, which I just think is so like crazy nowadays because with like technology, I'm like, you could go so much further with that too. They tell a friend, they tell a friend, they share a post, whatever it is. So I think if you're doing something that you know in your heart is the right direction to go, and maybe, yeah, you had to start from square one and rip up the plan. And I never thought, like, I was like, the clock like struck 10 years in business. I'm like, we're going all in. We're doing something different. My husband's like, oh my God, not again. I'm like, no, but this feels right. This feels right. This feels right.
Yes.
So like, just like, you just know. And I'm like, focus on what you want and just visualize the shit out of that. That's what I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, what would you say to someone whose partner maybe doesn't get it when they're moving?
Oh,
Had a lot of clients move through this. I
oh,
myself, when I first
yeah.
launched, he was like, what? What would you say to someone whose partner doesn't get it or someone who really deeply is like connected to them in some way that they just don't get it? What would you say to them?
I love this. My husband did not get it for the longest time. I remember I took him to Tony Robbins UPW in Dallas, Texas back in 2018. And he literally, as we were walking out to do the fire walk and everybody's chanting, and he's like, don't drink the Kool-Aid. Like, he was like not
Yeah.
loving this. He was
Uh-huh.
not getting any of this. I was like, well, whatever. And by the end of it, he was like, that was kind of cool. And now he is totally like submersed in it. He loves it too. But honestly, it wasn't easy me being on this. It felt like I was from another planet. Like, he didn't get any of this, like, the whether it was the mindset or the motivational stuff or the like personal development, all of that. Sometimes people don't connect with either your story or your vision or your mission. I honestly personally don't think my husband still like fully understands. Like, I'm like, you know what? You just need to trust that I
Mhm.
know what's for the highest good. And anything that happens, we always figure it out together. That's what I always say. And I think sometimes they don't have to understand us. They don't have to, because sometimes I don't know. I'm just going to throw it out there. There's like some businesses that still to this day blow my mind, that people in the earlier days, even the Monopoly game, I'll use that as an example, never like everybody like misunderstood, didn't understand it. But if that person gave up on their dreams just because somebody didn't understand what they were doing, we wouldn't
Mm.
have the Monopoly game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's just not everybody has to get you for it to actually make sense or work or be something that could be that maybe it's too big. Maybe it's too big for them to comprehend, and that's okay. That's
Mm.
okay. They don't have to get it. But I think at the same time, don't let that hold you back. Even if it's your loved one, don't let that hold you back from chasing your dreams. That's a very good question.
I love the way you answer that. Maybe it's too big for them to understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, I feel like sometimes maybe we're stepping into something new, or maybe something, I don't know, like, it's okay if they don't understand. That I think that's okay. Yeah.
Mm.
That's where I'm at.
I
Not
love
everybody
it.
has to get you.
Yeah. Yeah. So speaking of unlimited, what would you say unlimited means to you in your life when you think about living your most expansive, unlimited version of self, freedom of expression? Like, what does that mean to you? What is that word? How does it resonate within the cells of your body?
Ugh, that is honestly, this is epic. This is epic because you know what? Unlimited for me, as soon as I hear that word, just means like there's no cap, there's no top, like there's just no end to it. And like, even like doing this podcast, I don't know if people can see us or not or whatever, but like,
Yeah, they can.
I'm like, I'm doing it outside in my
Yes.
happy place, not in a little cubicle, out in nature where I feel most aligned, where I feel best. That's my unlimited power talking to me. Like, you do where you feel comfortable. You wear heart shaped sunglasses because that's what makes you feel confident. Like, yeah, unlimited means you just tap into your fullest best version of you, and the universe, God, source, will bless you with unlimited wealth, prosperity, blessings, joy, all of the things. Like, that's what unlimited is to me. You live your life on your terms, whatever that looks like. Oh, that's a powerful freaking word. We might have to make something that says unlimited on
Yes, please. Oh my God, add to cart.
it.
I
So
love it.
good.
Ah,
So good.
amazing. Well, this has been so much fun. I received so many golden nuggets from all the wisdom that you shared, the embodiment of who you are and who you've just fully let yourself step into. So I'm positive that everyone who's tuning in wants more of you. So where are you hanging out? Where can they find you?
I love this. Well, I honestly would say the best place to come find me would be my Instagram. I love it on there. It is bright, bold, colorful,
Okay.
and full of all the most kick-ass motivation. You're gonna just be like fired right up. You're gonna want to run through like a brick wall, like the Kool-Aid Man. Like, it's so fun. Like, it's so fun. So that is DBL, which stands for Dream Believe Live.
Mm.
DBL Designs 3 on Instagram, and then check out all my amazing pieces. Honestly, there will be one that just like, if it brings a tear to your eye or you just feel it, like it's meant to find you. So you can find me there, also on my website at dbldesigns.ca. And honestly, I'm so excited to serve women, and I love hearing the transformations. And one thing I would say for anybody, like, this is your intuitive nudge. Like, this, if you're listening, honestly, go all in. This is your time. Woman up. Woman up. I love that. I'm like, screw man up or whatever they say.
Yeah.
Woman up, go all in. And yes, you can. This is your time. This is meant for you, and you are way more powerful and magnificent than you could ever imagine. Like the more you tap into that, it's like it's incredible. It's unlimited. You're unstoppable. So,
Yes,
yeah.
I completely agree. I feel like your jewelry is going to be like having a Polly Pocket sized version of Krista in your pocket. You know what I mean? Where it's
Yes.
like, who doesn't want this energy, this like incredible,
Yes.
just like beaming into yours, just reminding you of your power. So
Absolutely.
please go to those links. We'll drop them in the show notes. So for anyone that's tuning in and they just want that, just that mindfulness hit, or that reminder of how powerful you truly are, please pick yourself up one of these pieces. Not only are they inspirational, they're also beautiful. So it's so fun to be able
Yes.
to wear a beautiful piece that simultaneously is just that daily, hourly, minute reminder of like how deeply powerful you truly are. So
Yes.
thank you so much for joining me today. This was so much
Oh,
fun. I'm so grateful for you and all of the wisdom that you poured into the space.
absolutely. And everybody, like, this is the last thing I say. I think I said it since I was like, I, since I could talk, and I always have had words all around me. And my parents must have had something like this in the bathroom. I'll have to ask them, but it said, make today amazing. I always say that. It's like, just go out there and make today amazing. Like, whether it's like, go message a friend or say hi to a stranger, just go out there and lift the vibration of the world. Like, just, we need that. Like, put that good juju out into the world and just make this world just a little bit more of a brighter, beautiful, more loving place to live.
So good. I absolutely love that. So, for everyone tuning in, make today amazing. We love you so much, and we're so grateful for you spending your most precious resource with us, your
Mm.
time. And until next time.